Chester, what's going to be different this week compared to the first 3 games?
Nothing. Not much will be different. Just the cadence. We can go more of a silent cadence, so the crowd is not a factor.
And in terms of how you would think Penn State will come at you, do you expect more pressure, less pressure, or do you have any ideas on that?
Not really a pressure team, so I don't think they'll be blitzing too much. I think they'll just rely on their rush and let their cornerbacks do the rest of the work, but not expecting too much blitz. And if they do bring it, we're ready for it.
For any of you guys, how much different is this game than any other because of 110,000? I guess it's pretty much the only game where you're going to see that kind of stadium and that kind of crowd.
I don't think it's really any difference because the crowd is not playing the game. We're out there playing the game, so our job is to tune everybody out and focus on the process.
I guess it's been a while since you guys have scored a touchdown up there. What's been the biggest challenge offensively facing them that maybe you guys haven't been able to crack to this point over the last few years?
Just execution. You know, last few years we played with a lot of young guys, and I guess we were into that hype of Penn State, and that was a lot of guys' first time playing against Penn State, so the nerves were definitely there, but we're all the group now and a little more comfortable with the game plan, so I expect we'll be able to execute better.
What do you mean by that, into the hype of Penn State, Chester?
I mean, they beat us badly for the last few years since I've been here, and they're a good team, a top 25 team, so you know that's something you have to think about. They're not just an easy team or they're not just somebody in our conference who we play against every year. They're bigger than us and they're faster than us, so that's something we had to prepare for.
The last time Temple won this game, most of our mothers weren't alive. It's been a long time. It was before Pearl Harbor. Now, you've been told all this. You know all this. Why does it matter or not matter in this game? That long a streak. Whoever wants it.
It matters in the sense that, like, we haven't beat them, so we're not expecting to beat them. We just want to go out there and play our best, and then it doesn't matter because we just want to go out there and play our best and see what happens. That streak really has nothing to do with us.
Hey, Mohammed, talk about that play, the fake punt. When was the last time you caught a pass? From a teammate.
Last time I caught a pass in high school, tight end, but on that specific play, the way you count rush, you know, we had a plan set out for them, and I mean, I caught the pass, but I just fell short of the marker.
Not very short, though, right?
Yeah, not that short, but a few inches.
Yeah. When they called the play, were you all of a sudden like, whoa?
No, you know, we've been preparing for that all week, and you know, I just had to wait for my time to be called, and Coach Golden called the call, but unfortunately we couldn't get the first down.
To all you guys, Coach preaches that every game is every game. How do you guys not make this game too big with all the attention this being focused on?
Like I said before, we don't just focus on the process. We're gonna take it one play at a time. I know they're gonna bring their A game, so it's up to us to come out, play as a unit, as a whole, and bring our A game to match the intensity that they're gonna bring in the crowd. You know, we're not too focused on the crowd, but we're gonna go out there and do what we gotta do.
You know, Coach B tell the defense, you know, like a lot of teams, they go in there against Penn State, you know, and they get into the crowd, you know, and the noise and just the hype of playing Penn State. And once they walk into the stadium, you know, they lose their focus. And our job is not to worry about that and just, like Joe just said, just take one play at a time and just believe, you know, just do what you got to do each down.
Did it help that you guys had 3 big games before this and you couldn't really be looking ahead to Penn State while you had all these other games to deal with?
No, I mean, as a football player, you got to take one game at a time. You can't think about the next opponent because that just causes bad things.
Yeah, also, that's not showing respect to the opponent of that week. And we taught to show respect to every opponent.
Steve, because of the noise, how much more challenging is that as an offensive lineman? Do you have to kind of go to more silent counts and things of that nature?
Yeah, like Chester said, we are going to use the silent count a lot. The crowd is a factor for us, but the biggest thing is to just focus in on what Chester's saying, what John Palumbo's saying, our center, and just getting on the same page with everybody. If all five guys, and the tight ends are on the same page, then we'll have a good offense.
It took, I guess, a couple of weeks to get Bernard going, but it seemed like he finally did this weekend in the running game in general. Was that something that you guys as a unit were kind of struggling with as well? Those first couple of weeks wanting to try to get him off the way he did?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we were struggling, but I mean, it obviously wasn't where we needed it to be. We sat down as a unit, offensive line, the tight ends, and Bernard and Matt, and we figured out what we needed to get figured out, brought it to the practice field, and then took it to the game field. And
Steve, the last MAC team that beat them in there was Toledo 10 years ago, and they really dominated with the running game. I'm assuming you realize that if you could do something like that, do you consider that the linchpin of the whole game? You can keep the ball a while and keep your defense off the field and all that stuff.
Ultimately, yes. The key to every game for us is keep the ball as much as possible. Use every possible threat we have, pass game, run game. So we just want to get off to a good start any way we can. If it's the run game, it's the run game. If it's pass, it's pass. So we just want to start fast.
Joe, you had a big play last week against Connecticut, pass reception, set up a touchdown. You almost got it yourself.
Yes, sir.
And I remarked that maybe that was some of the speed that Joe Jones had back in Florida in high school. Are you finally getting back to the level that you thought you were after the Achilles and everything like that?
Yeah, I feel like I'm finally getting back, And another thing with it, I'm preparing more. I meet up with the quarterback, Chester. He teach me a lot of things. He teach me how to read the defense and like what to expect. So like now when I catch the ball, like I feel more confident because I know I have my line that's gonna block. I got receivers out there that's blocking real well on the perimeter. So yes, I feel
That was the Joe Jones of high school era, was it a little bit out there in the open field?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm just I'm trying.
Any other questions? Okay, guys.